So for the product development part of the section, I'm going to go through and show you guys how I create my own products. I know that everyone's going to be having different product lines, for instance, from t-shirts to ceramics, so I'm just going to do a very broad approach to it. So a couple of the questions I want you to ask yourself when you're creating this project is, why are you creating this object or product? What exactly are you trying to create? What is your background for making this product? Are you an expert? If you obviously have been working in the kitchen and creating all these recipes and making products, and your new line is obviously doing kitchen products, then tell that story. Make sure that that's a part of your line. Huge part of your brand is being able to be authentic as possible to your customer. That being said, you really want to be able to create a product that really is able to make sense on why you're creating it. So for instance, I create cork products because I'm half Portuguese. So when I was growing up, me and my family would go to and from Portugal and be able to see all of these cork products. Obviously here in America, the only kind of cork products that you see around are cork boards, or even for the most exciting part would be a cork trivet. So I really wanted to create products that I was seeing that were 3D, actually made, and really being able to explore a material that wasn't very common here in the US. When you're creating these products, you really want to be able to know how to make them. I personally create and make all of my own products. It's a lot of work and it's really time constraining, but especially starting a business, it's the best way to go about because that's less overhead and you're really able to have a hand on every process. Of course, in the future, you really do want to imagine what you are going to do. For instance, a huge brand is able to put in an order for 300 pieces. It would take me maybe 3 or 4 months to make that. So I have already lined up different turners and people that I know that will be able to help me with that process. And you the same. If you have t-shirts that you silkscreen yourself, make sure to know who other silkscreeners are around town that you can obviously have help you with that process. And of course, in the end, it's better to outsource it because that will give you time to actually do other things that the business will entail. When you are creating the product for the customer, you want to see and you want to be able to make the product unique and individual as possible. And the whole point is because it's going through your eye set. So the fact that you're envisioning it and you're sharing it to the world is what makes that so different. So really try to make that as unique as possible. Like I mentioned before, having a cohesive brand is a huge part of your product line. That will really be able to make it better because they'll really have a clear way of seeing what you're about. So making sure that every product makes sense together is a huge part of that. So when you're creating your products, you really want to know that you love what you're doing. You can spend the time after work creating these things that you know is really passion driven and able to succeed mostly because you enjoy it so much. And when you do that, most of the time, people can see it because you're excited about talking about it, others will get excited about talking about it, and you'll be able to sell the products that you love as well. When you really feel like you're about to launch a product and you're really excited about it, ask some people around. Make sure that you feel like the product is really solid and that there's nothing else that you can do to improve it. It doesn't hurt to put something out, especially if you're not sure, because obviously getting real feedback is a huge part of how to make a business. A lot of the times, I personally use Instagram, so I will be able to have real-time stories and products that I'm interested in, and I kind of just put it out there. What do people think? What do you guys want, you know? A lot of the time, I think my Instagram followers and everything are a huge part of my customer base, so it's really great to get immediate feedback and really be able to see what people think and want in what I make.